Alright you guys, so in today's video I have some pretty unfortunate news about the Axis M200, the disaster mini bike as many of you may know it. Not going to go into too many specifics with everything, just for privacy reasons, but without further ado, let's just go ahead and let me kind of tell you what the state of the Axis mini bike is. So to start off with, there was an incident a few days ago. We had a family friend come over. We decided to take the bike out. We rode the bike around a little bit. I got to ride it. A few other people got to ride it, and then our family friend got on it and rode it down our driveway. And I'll show you right here in this video. You can see where the curb is curved downwards, and then the edge of the road is right there. So essentially what happened is our friend picked up speed going down the driveway, went down the curb, and since this bike is lowered, that does change a little bit of the suspension geometry, a little bit, but essentially it can't really take harsh impacts like it used to. Now the suspension still compresses as much as it needs to. We only have like, so you can see like this much space before it bottoms out. I don't know if the suspension bottomed out or not. Based on the damage, the extent of the damage, I don't think that it did. As he went down the curb and the bike made contact with the edge of the road, what should have happened is the suspension compresses. You know, the bike kind of glides over it as nicely as it can. But instead what happened, the bike stopped so hard that all 140 pounds of frame and motor stopped this thing on an instant, and the bike just went over itself. It flew so far forward that this headlight right here, as you can tell, has some damages on it. Now, before I continue with telling you guys about the damages and everything that happened to the bike, I want to make it very clear that I'm not mad with anybody that was riding the bike about the damages of the bike. Honestly, I couldn't care less if this thing was nothing more than just a pile of scrap metal, as long as the people who ride it are okay. Thankfully, the person who did ride this and was involved in the accident is okay. He's doing fine. And by no means, by me making this, am I trying to shame anybody or make anybody feel guilty about what happened. That's just not my intention. But with that being said, let's go over the damages. So to start off with, as I mentioned before, this headlight right here, the bike obviously stopped so hard that it went over itself and it smacked I believe the edge of the road as well. The foot peg on the other side is somehow bent down. I don't know how that happened. Also, the exhaust right here, thankfully, just a silencer. It is bent in. I think this is from when the bike was kind of laying on its side that it just bent in. It's folded in a little bit, but I'm not mad about that. I can't tell if those are cracks or if that's just paint coming off. The paint coming off is not from the wreck. The paint coming off is from me painting it poorly. So just also clear that up. This was a poor paint job by yours truly. Any motor issues? Yes, when I ride the bike, the clutch makes a god-awful scraping, clanking noise. I don't know what it is. Only when taking off though, not when I'm like just riding it and it like will just randomly do that. No, it's when I'm taking off accelerating. I have to accelerate super slowly. It does feel like the clutch is like really just like biting, like grabbing super hard, so I'm really not sure what the issue is there. I don't know if the damage is just with the clutch. I don't know what happened. I have tried to inspect the clutch. I didn't see anything abnormal, but then again, keep in mind that I'm the person who, for 3 months, could not get this bike running because the pilot jet in the carburetor was upside down. So, take that as you will. The biggest damages of all that I would like to talk about is this entire headset right here. When our friend got up, he jumped up instantly, started wheeling the bike over, made sure he was okay, everything like that, but I could tell that the headset, it looked like it was pushed forward. And I was like, oh, maybe the handlebars just slid, that's pretty normal, in an accident, especially like not the greatest designed handlebars. The handlebars sliding forward was not the issue. Essentially what happened in the accident is when this thing, at the speed that it had, hit the edge of the road and stopped so instantly, the only thing that connects this entire steering column fork setup to the frame is this one bolt right here. And instead of the bolt snapping the entire housing, it instead stayed very strong and decided to bend the entire frame with it. So, I don't know how many degrees the frame is bent downwards, because that's how it is bent. It, bent downwards because that's where all the weight shifted to. You can tell it is frayed. Some of you might be thinking, oh, that's not a big deal, you know, it's fine, just paint it if you really want to. But I am having some compression issues, sorry, not compression like as in motor compression, compression as in when you hit a bump, sometimes the suspension will compress too much, not enough, or when it does compress, it won't come all the way back up. So the geometry is kind of off. So yeah, as you can tell, the front fender is off. I am filming this after I went for a ride-along. I did that ride-along so you guys can see some of the issues. Also to get some pretty cool cinematic shots. Cinematic, there's only so many places I can mount a massive DSLR. With all of that being said, once again, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. Accidents happen, and as long as everybody's okay, that's really all that matters, because I can replace this entire bike. With that also being said, I do want your guys' opinion. Based on what you're about to see, do you think the bike is totaled? Should I get just a new frame and swap all of the parts over? Should I try to get an Axis frame? Should I not get an Axis frame? If it is, we'll go from there. If it isn't, great. We'll continue to do great things to this bike, and maybe I can try to fix it. I really don't think that I'm gonna be able to fix it if we did go that route. It's bent more on the right side than it is the left side, and the top of it is also kind of like kinked downwards, so it's like extra. I don't know how to describe it. You're about to see it in just a second, so please just let me know your input on what you think the condition of this bike is, if we can still ride it, if we can still continue to do great things to it, meaning it's not totaled, or if we shouldn't do that, we shouldn't risk it anymore, and the bike is pretty much done for. Personally, I'm not sure. I really don't know whether I want to try to fix it, leave it alone, or just outright scrap the bike, maybe transfer these parts onto something new, or to just get rid of it altogether. But with that being said, let me know what you think down below, and let's go ahead and continue with the rest of this video. Okay, so having a few issues. Currently it doesn't want to run without the choke on, so give me a few minutes, let me try to look into this, and then we can go on our ride. So I've come to the conclusion that I think it's probably just almost out of gas, and that's why it's running really weird. So here come the comments about, oh no, you've ruined the gas tank, but I don't care about the gas tank, you guys. Look, it's already drying off, it's fine. Alright, I did have to clean out the jets just a little bit, so that did require me to take the entire carburetor apart, but I've gotten everything running, so Alright you guys, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take this front fender off. It's causing me a few issues, as you heard in the video. It's scraping, so I need to get it off there before it causes a real problem. Don't want this front fender to fold up underneath of it. I have seen a case of that. Yeah, so don't want that to happen, so let's go ahead and take this off. Yeah, the fender was definitely scraping that. That is going forward. That was catching this lip right here and just biting the tire. I don't see any damage to the tire, so it's probably okay. Yeah, it's fine. All right, you guys, so with all of that being said, that is going to be it for this video. Remember to go down in the comments and let me know what you think about the state of the mini bike, if you think it's totaled or not, and what you want to see done with it. Sorry that this video was mostly just me talking, but it kind of had to be. I needed to get a few things said. So, with all of that being said, thank you so much for all the love and support recently. I will see you all in the next video, but for now, peace out. So, as I am looking at this bike, getting thumbnail photos for it, I am realizing there's a lot more issues than originally anticipated. So one that I've noticed is as I was wheeling the bike, you know, I don't really want to start it if I don't have to, but I hear this noise, which I'll go ahead and show you. And that sounds like it's coming from the brake. At first I thought it was something with the clutch, but what I realized it was is obviously as this brake drum spins, these bolts are making contact with this strut right here. You can see the bolt touching right there. So, I mean, still give me your opinions on it, but all in all, I think that this might be the end of an era. Unfortunately, I think the Axis Disaster mini bike has come to an unfortunate end, but that's okay. There will be better things to come. Remember to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, but as for now, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.